everyone, welcome back. I am feeling so inspired by fall. It's not fall temperatures outside quite yet, but I'm feeling inspired myself. I've completely decorated my house. I'm thinking about sharing and doing like a decorating video with you. We'll just see. I'm thinking about it. I definitely have a fall video that I'm going to be filming tomorrow, but I just kind of had a wild hair this morning. I put on my fall-esque shirt. It's hunter green, or it's like a fall moss green, and it just makes me feel fall and cool temperatures and all that stuff. And I want to do a very fall makeup look today. And so that's what we are going to be doing. It is a Sunday morning here. I am getting ready to leave the house, and I just was feeling inspired by my shirt. I'm ready for dark vampy lips. I love dark vampy lips. Okay, so I have a new primer. This is the, well, it's not new, it's new to me. It's the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. So I wanted to give this a go. My friend Amy really likes this, and I've heard and touched and messed with this in the past, but I never bought it for myself. So basically it's like a super powered moisturizer. And as you know, my skin type is a little bit more dry these days. And so at this point, I really am just looking for extra hydration wherever I can get it, so that my face doesn't look like the Sahara after I've put makeup on, because that's usually what happens. Ironically, this year I have not had any issues in this super high heat with my makeup sliding off at all. If anything, I've kind of noticed with the high heat plus makeup, my skin is looking drier. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I'm not even doing powder these days. All right, in foundations, I'm still playing around in foundations. I did want to tell you that I ended up returning that Tarte Basau. What was that called? I'll put it on the screen. I'm blanking on the name. It just kind of sat on my face. And when I touched my face after wearing it for about 6 hours, makeup came off on my fingers. And I'm like, that's not cool. And so I decided that it wasn't the one. It wasn't the one. I liked it because it was hydrating. And I liked how it kind of, it went on nice and everything like that. But I don't want to touch my face and have makeup all over my hands. That's really impractical in my world. And so I went to the store and I got more foundations, and I asked for 2 samples of 2 different foundations. One's labeled A and one's labeled B. So let's just assume that A is this one, NARS Sheer Glow. Now I've had this in the past, and I had a bottle of it years ago, and I think I liked it. I don't know why I ever got rid of it, probably because I get overwhelmed, and as your skin changes and, things just change, I feel like you have to change your routine with it. Let's try this brush today, actually. So I'm going to put this on. I'm in the shade Patagonia. Let's turn this down a little bit here. Which this is definitely going to be more of a summer shade for me. But I do have quite a bit of a tan going on right now. So I guess what I'm looking for is, I like coverage. I like coverage, but I don't like a full coverage that comes looking like a mask. So it's this balance of finding a foundation where it evens out your skin tone, perfects your skin. I don't mind seeing a few blemishes through, because I can just kind of spot conceal. I'd rather have the overall situation just look like healthy skin within coverage. Does that make sense? Also, the real kicker for me is ingredients. Certain things make me break out, so they get eliminated altogether. Chemical SPF doesn't work for me. So it's a real challenge. I will tell you, the IT Cosmetics CC Cream works. It looks lovely on the skin. You get the full coverage. You get the high SPF. It works for me. So I don't know why I'm trying to stray from that to find a foundation. I think it's just in the back of my mind. I'm thinking, well, that's a CC cream, even though it works like a foundation, I'd say. This is kind of nice, though. I'm kind of liking how this is blending out. But you know how it is? You're like, well, there's got to be something out there. Now, I do have a sample of the Laura Mercier, that Luminous foundation that she came out with. I do like that. However, I think about price. I'm like, okay, but you get, the IT Cosmetics is a better price. And if I like that, why would I pay more for something else? I don't know. Plus, I think the Laura Mercier is medium coverage. Which I think that the IT Cosmetics, you can sheer that out if you want to. You don't have to go guns blazing, 16 dots of foundation all over your face. You can really take any foundation and change the way in which you apply it, and I think get a different effect. So I'm already liking how this looks very skin-like. I don't know how to properly use this brush. I haven't used it in so long. And lately, I've been sticking with my beauty blender or fingers. Like when I do the cosmetics, I kind of do my fingers. I mean, I can still see my freckling, which I have a lot of freckling. That's really impossible to cover unless you do a serious mask. But I'm not looking to cover my freckles. I'm just looking to cover redness, broken capillaries, veining, all that kind of stuff. I gotta tell you, I have strayed and bought all kinds of higher end concealers this year, but I really just keep going back to my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. Love the serum consistency of this. This is a nice medium coverage concealer. It really feels high end to me. It gives medium coverage. I wouldn't say full coverage at all, but it's nice coverage and it's not cakey or drying or heavy. The shade range is a little off. In fact, this is the lightest shade that they have, and this one is called 01 Classic Ivory. I think this is going to be too dark for anyone lighter than my skin tone as far as under the eyes maybe. I think you can make it work, but I guess what I'm saying is it's pretty dark for being the lightest shade. It's just so nice. It gives light, I'd say medium coverage actually, but it's not drying or cakey, and I have drier under eyes as well. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Maybelline Dream Lumi, this little brightening thing. This is the shade Radiant. Kind of do a little cream highlighting today. Had this product in the past, and I really didn't remember it being such a dry consistency. It is much drier than I would prefer. In fact, I find it to be too dry for underneath my eyes. And I have two shades of this, and so I've really been using it as what I'm doing right now, which is like a cream highlighting situation. You guys, I'm so excited. It is football season. Oh, here comes the sun. Perfect. It is football season. Today marks the first week of regular season. I play Fantasy League too, so I'm super excited about that. I'm not sure about my team this year, but I don't know. Packers already played this week, and by the skin on their teeth... By the skin in their teeth? No, that's not right. By the hair on their chins. Oh, geez, Chelsea. They barely won, okay? They barely won. All right. I've been using the Drunk Elephant De Bronzy for my bronzer. It is a product that you can put all over your face. You can mix it in with foundation. I personally really like this mixed with just SPF to get like an all-over glow, a hint of coverage, but just a very pretty, youthful glow. That's how I use it, but I also have been using it as a cream bronzer because lately powder, it's just not friendly. It sticks into all these little stuff up there, and this has good skincare ingredients in it, and I really am focused on putting good things on my skin at this point. You know, once you get your face cleared up, it's really hard to start playing around with a bunch of products again and then having to deal with breakouts and all that. It's annoying. You know, when you're a 30-something-year-old woman, you just don't want to deal with that anymore. It's like, I've done my time, okay? I have done many, many years, half my adult life with battling breakouts. I'm just done with it. I don't want to mess around with this or that. Gosh, this is just pretty. It's so natural looking. It blends right into the skin. Play around with this product. I found that, you know, you can always use a product as it's intended, but it's kind of fun. And that's where the creative part of it comes in, to just maybe try something new, try something different. This is also really pretty on the décolleté too, like if you have something that's a lower cut or you're baring your shoulders or anything like that, and you want to add a little bronzy glow or a little contour to like the bones here, this is a nice natural way to kind of chisel that out. And I find it blends in better than a cream product, because a cream product would be a little bit thicker consistency. This is a true like serum, so it just effortlessly blends. All right, so would you guys like to see a fall haul, like a DIY decor? I'm not sure if I want to do like a house tour like I've done in the past. Things that I've purchased at Hobby Lobby this year. I've shared last year like a fall tour. I'll link that in the description box if you're interested. Fall is my favorite time of year, and it just absolutely inspires me. You know, we have fall, and then it goes into Thanksgiving, and then we have Christmas, and I go all out decorating for all of those seasons. For me and for my children. Like, my children love it, but I love it. I love to decorate every little there's just a little touch of fall everywhere. Like I got my pumpkins here, I have my little setup over there, and this is just my bedroom. But I like to kind of, you know, sprinkle a little bit of fall throughout the house. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I think I will kind of share what I've done. And the reason I want to share things this year is so that you could go out and purchase them. Like, I don't want to share something that I've had for 10 years. I'm like, well, where you can get that? Well, so like, you know, current things that you can just kind of grab, inexpensive little touches here and there. And decorating doesn't have to be like, you know, you don't have to hire a designer or, you know, go to some of the more expensive stores. You can just, even the dollar store has cute little things that you can pick up and sprinkle here and there. I started watching Downton Abbey, and I believe one of you, when I was talking about show recommendations, this might have been last year or a while ago, had recommended to me Downton Abbey, and I can't remember who it is, I'm sorry. But I started watching that mainly because I'm waiting for the next season of Jack Ryan, which comes out November 1st. If you're not watching that show, okay, watch season 1 right now. Season 2 comes out November 1st on Amazon. Really good show. Really good show. Anyway, so I'm waiting on that. I finished Orange is the New Black. I watched season 3 of Stranger Things. Oh my gosh, I watched so many different shows, and it's kind of like my nighttime thing that I do. I know I could be reading a book or something like that, but honestly, after a full day, especially in the summer when the kids were home, I don't want to think at night. Like, reading is relaxing and stuff, but when I'm tired, I also don't read well. Like, I'll read the same page over and over, and I'll be like, what was that about again? I just like to shut everything off, lay in my bed, eat my snacks, which is usually ice cream, and not think about anything. I gotta tell you, I really like this NARS Sheer Glow. I like how it looks already. We'll see how it wears, because sometimes I notice things like falling flat in this area, and I don't really use pore filling primers anymore or anything like that. I just find that a lot of silicone based primers cause my face to break out, and then I'm battling breakouts, and then I don't want to wear makeup, and it's just like this cycle, right? So I just want to have something that sits nicely on the skin, but I'm thinking that Bobbi Brown primer will plump up the skin nicely. I'm gonna go in with the Milani eyeshadow primer. Honestly, I don't know why you would ever need to buy anything else, or at least spend more than the cost of this, because this primer is fantastic. I'm really tempted to use this palette, but I have no idea if you can get this, but this, to me, the Lorac Mega Pro 3, I love this palette. The colors in it are so fall. They're absolutely stunning and just beautiful. I might use it just because I like it. Here's my thing, like, this is why YouTube's so hard, and it's hard to keep up, because they discontinue and don't make things anymore that are perfectly fine. Like, I bought this, I want to use it, right? And this is where it's kind of hard, because then you use something like, oh, people can't buy it. But you know what? None of these are not already invented in some other situation, some other palette. You can find all these colors elsewhere. So I think I'm going to use it because I spent money on this. I like it. I want to use it. I do recommend it if you can find it. If you have it, dig it out. Let's just go for Crepe. I have varying feelings about this type of scenario, but I feel like in the world of makeup, they're always making new palettes and, you know, discontinuing things and re-releasing things, and, you know, that's just how it rolls. It rolls round and round, and that's how it's always going to probably be. And so they're not going to keep a palette for 30 years. But this palette is beautiful. I love the colors in it, and from a personal standpoint, I bought it and I want to use it. And if I weren't filming, this would be what I would reach for. So staying true to myself and wanting to use what I like. You know, one thing I've never bought, but I always have found beautiful, is the Charlotte Tilbury quads. I've never bought any of them, mainly because they're kind of expensive and you only get 4 eyeshadows. And then I look at something like this, and this was like $30 some, or maybe it was like $40. I'm like, well, this is a great value. And you know, when I was in the throes of collecting makeup, I never really thought about how much something cost and how much you got. I just bought it because someone either told me to, or I really liked it. And then I'm looking at, like, you know, my few drawers of eyeshadow palettes, and I get completely overwhelmed. I'm like, why did I buy all this? Like, I can't keep up. I can't wait for my husband to get home so I can start all of my fall recipes that I've been dying to cook. I've also been dying to have good football snacks on football Sunday, and that's something that we do every Sunday, is just like eat football snacks. It's fun. It's our tradition. I like to either make something or call up Domino's. Maybe you don't like football. Maybe you don't watch football, but I guarantee if you start eating football snacks every Sunday and just kind of like put the game on, maybe casually start watching it, you're going to get sucked in. It's a good time. Okay, I have a couple ColourPop shadows that I kind of pulled. I thought I might want to try. This is the shade Drift. Now, I don't know if this is still available. It's old as dirt and it's kind of drying up, but see, that's what I mean. Like, I have so many things that I just can't reach for them before they turn bad. So that's why it makes no sense to me to keep buying and buying, because what do you do with the things that you bought last week? Just a little bit of this out here. I didn't want to turn this into too pinky of a look, but a little bit of like a maple leaf. You know how like a red maple, is it a red maple that turns that beautiful shade? Oh, you know, like when the leaves turn? You got coppers going through there and like brown sugar type colors. That's kind of what I want to create in my eyes today. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit of this rust color. I don't know where we're going with this. I told you I was feeling very inspired with fall. Wow, we are suddenly really bright. This is the fun part of makeup though. Like the creative part happens when either something falls apart, something doesn't work out, or when you just take something in a whole new direction with really no like plan. That's when the creativeness just kind of takes over and it's like, well, let's try this and how is this gonna work out? You know what I mean? Taking a little bit of this shade Bellini, which is like my favorite shade in this whole palette. It's a beautiful sparkling peach. And you're just gonna tap that over everything and kind of mute it and bring her all together. I'm just gonna mimic what I did up top and take a little bit of the maple shade here and then take a little bit of this ColourPop shade and just kind of pop it underneath here in the center. I'm looking a little tired or a little sick right now, but I promise this is all gonna pull together. So after I get all the colors on, I really like to go back in and just blend and blow this out and bring it up and out a little bit so it kind of gives like a lifted appearance. I think eyeshadow can be really fun because it's basically just like painting. You're just blending all these different colors together. I'm just taking like a soft peachy shade now and just kind of softening out, blowing out this lower lash here. We need to have a bright inner corner here. Just kind of take this up a notch. What do we have in here? Do you guys watch Alex from Learning to Be Fearless? I like to watch her channel and she loves a really bright inner corner. So I always think about her when I put my inner corner highlight on. I think you guys would really like her. I think I've talked about her channel in the past. I think it's important to mention other people's channels and that's how you get the word out for them. You know, and as a viewer, I feel like I'm always looking for new people to watch. So who are you guys really liking right now? Like who is someone that you really watch their channel? Like you are subscribed, you'll watch everything they upload, like someone you really enjoy. I have a few people I really enjoy and I'll watch all of their uploads. I'll watch all of Tara Baby's hauls. I'll watch everything she uploads. Even if I'm not intending to buy anything, but she's someone that I can always put on when my kids are in the room, and that's really important to me. I have people that I watch when it's just me. But you know, there's times where I want to watch a video and my kids are around, and that is someone I can trust that no questionable words are going to be flying through the air, that kind of thing. And she's just really easy to listen to, and she just kind of reminds me of back home because she's from North Dakota, and you know, that whole, she just, you know, Midwest girl. She just reminds me, she loves horses, and you know who I'm talking about. But anyways, are we done with the eyes? I think we should be done. Let's move on to liner. Let's do a little bit of this. Oh, it needs to be sharpened. This is like my go-to burgundy eyeliner, and they don't make it anymore. The Estee Edit. Remember when they came out with, Estee Lauder came out with Estee Edit for like a younger, hipper version maybe of their line. But this is a beautiful shade of burgundy. It's called Bold Bordeaux. It's like a double-ended situation here. I'm going to do my upper waterline with this. You know, that's something I don't see very often is people using pencil eyeliners. And you know what? I've always used pencil eyeliners. It was a stretch for me to start using liquid. Oh my gosh. I don't use it anymore because I never mastered that, okay? Now, when I want to do like a cream or gel or liquid type liner, that's anything that's not a pencil, I use the Chanel cream one. This is really nice. It doesn't dry out as quickly. I say as quickly because inevitably it's a cream product. It's going to dry out as gel does. And it's not a hot mess to work with like liquid is. I mean, you got to have a perfectly smooth eyelid to not have any like catching when you're doing liquid. And I even like to use this little brush that comes with the product. I'm just going to do a little black eyeliner to define the upper line here. Yeah, see, this is starting to dry out. When did I buy this? You know, I don't wear makeup every day, so my stuff doesn't get used as much as other people's. I probably wear makeup, I don't know, once a week, maybe twice a week. I mean, at least that's how it's been this summer. And then there were weeks on end that I didn't wear any makeup. But when you're just hanging out with the kids and stuff and going to the pool and that kind of thing, I don't put makeup on. I put makeup on Sundays. And then now that the kids are back in school, I have uninterrupted time to do this. All right, now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. Look, it just gives such a good false lash appearance. Now, this mascara I've had for probably, oh goodness, 2-3 months, probably 3 months I'll say, and it's been open. It's starting to get on its last leg. It's getting a little bit drier and goopy, but I actually like that because it really holds the curl then when it gets kind of like paste on your lashes, you know. And if you got a lot of liner on and all that, you can't really tell. Now, if you're going for more of like a natural look when it gets goopy like that, you'll be able to tell because your lashes will look like that. When you got black eyeliner and all that, I don't care. I don't even notice that it looks goopy. Just realized I didn't set my under eyes, but my concealer is not creasing at all, so that's totally cool. Alright, I picked out this blush. I hope you can still get it. It's one of my favorites. It's by Clinique. It's called Totally Tawny. It's a really beautiful, very neutral color on the skin. It looks great, and because we have so much going on in the eyes, we definitely need to have a neutral, you know, not a whole heck of a lot going on in the cheeks, because I'm thinking about doing a bold lip. We'll see. So this is it's just pretty, you know. It's a blush that doesn't look too blushy. Like, it doesn't add a lot of, like, pink or anything, but it's just really nice. Hope they still make this. You guys need this blush. It's really pretty. And this is a throwback because, for me, the first blush I ever bought was from Clinique, and I used up the entire container. Like, we got down to just a smidgen in the corner, and I take the brush that came with it and just kind of like jam it in there and try to get as much use out of it as possible. It was a beautiful pinky rose color, and I wore it every day with a brick red lip to school. I know we did cream highlighter already, but I want to do a little bit of powder. This is the Hourglass Brilliant Strobe Light. Love the Hourglass highlighters. I love all of the Hourglass powder products. Bronzers, blushes, highlighters, they're all, the finishing powders, they're just simply stunning. I'm going to see how it wears, but this might be the winner of the next foundation I'm going to try. Buy and try. For the lip, I'm going to go in with Bronzell here by Lancome. This was also the first lip liner I ever bought. I bought this to wear on my wedding day. Like, if I had to redo my wedding makeup, I actually probably would do exactly what I did. I had no idea about how to really do what I'm able to do now. But I think what I was able to do was actually really pretty. Now, the one thing I totally regret is I didn't fill in my eyebrows. I did nothing with my eyebrows. I think at that point I wasn't even tweezing them. I went through like a tweezing phase in high school, and I overdid it. And I had them waxed one time, and they like took all my brows off. And now, looking back, I'm like, okay, well, you know, would have been okay to perhaps fill them in a little bit because, you know, you look a little weird with a full face of makeup and no brows, especially if you're someone like me that needs that definition. This Bronzell color is just a really good fall full lip look without being really apparent or evident that you are indeed wearing a lip liner. And I couldn't decide between these two colors by Charlotte Tilbury, so I might end up mixing them. We have Very Victoria, which I haven't worn in a while. This is going to be more of like a brownie nude. Does it have any rose in it? Actually, that's pretty. It's like, that's going to be really similar to the liner. And the other color I have here is called Bond Girl. This is another really pretty favorite color of mine. Both everyday wearable type shades. One's just going to offer a little more color. Ooh, okay, let's start with the light one, and if it's too light, we'll go in with the deeper. Oh, Charlotte's formulation is amazing. Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty nude. Okay, let's throw a little of this over the top and we can always take it off. Oh, I like that. See, I look best in a little color. Like, I can pull a nude with the right makeup look. Color's the most flattering on me. Now, these are a little bit matte, and typically I like, oh, now that the sun's coming out, we're getting really bright here. Typically I like a little bit of gloss, so I'm gonna grab, I think I'm gonna go for a little bit of Buxom's Hot Toddy. This is a really good one, guys. Oh, I love Buxom glosses. Always been a favorite of mine. So here is a close-up of how the eyes turned out. I wasn't intending on going so bold today, but you know, when you haven't done a get ready with me in a while, nor worn makeup, you might as well just pull out all the stops. Throw everything that you own on your face, you know? Well, this turned out exactly how I was hoping. I wanted to look like a maple leaf, and so I officially do. I love it. I love fall. It just inspires me so much in lots of different ways. I don't know if it's just the changing of season, if it's like the harvest time where all of your hard work of your vegetable garden is coming to fruition and the temperatures are cooling down. It's just a wonderful time. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.